Oh, hi everyone. I'm going to go through some questions from my Facebook page. And Serena, thank you very much for getting in touch. You're saying, hi, I need a good eye cream for hooded lids, please. Well, got a couple of different solutions and it depends what ingredients you know work for you. Number one is no longer eye creams are going to work around the orbital area. You've got to get something that can go on the lid. What are the brands that can directly go on the lid, that counteract the effects of gravity on that lid area? We've got the Gravity Defying Eye Cream, which is a 30ml size, and that's from Gail Heyman. It has in kits and on its own, I think. That can be used as an eye mask and as a daily eye moisturiser for you. Also DefiLift, probably the most famous product is DefiLift. That's certainly the top seller, the DefiLift eye cream from Gatineau for you, and that again can go onto the lid area. When you're putting on these products, by the way, the top tip is yes, they go on the lid right to the lash, but also take them above the eyebrow because slackness comes from the forehead, which takes me to maybe the top of the range product, which would be looking at the eyelid corrector, which is the Acyl formula, which is from Dr. Nick Perricone, because they'll put it on around the eye, over the lid, over the eyebrow, but actually counteract the slackening of the look of the muscle and take it right the way up to the hairline. And that's probably the lightest texture and the most fluid. So they're really your sort of key options within that range that address that too. But also I just want to give you some added things. Make sure this area could go puffy more easily because the skin's more slack. So maybe not an oily eye makeup remover, maybe not an all-in-one cleanser on the eye area that's got an oil content. So maybe separate eye makeup removers also might help if you get the puffiness there, which you can get prone to on the upper lid in that situation, in which case depuffing agents or cooling massage agents or massaging out to the lymph glands would be fantastic as well when you apply your products. And your eyelid is going to love more the all-in-one eyelid products like the Mally, all wear eye colour crayons, or actually the Bare Minerals have got a tightening agent in their 5-in-1 BBs for the eyelid, so they give colour and tightness and liquid and don't crepe or fold on the skin. So that gives you a couple of ideas. Thanks very much, Serena. Hello to Elaine. You've come through with a question on my Facebook page. You're saying you're 49 and what can I recommend for oily skin with enlarged pores? Now the fact that it's oily skin with enlarged pores means that I need to have lightweight firming textures, and one of the tricks of that is actually, if we look at your skincare regime, putting something like Prologene gel from Decleor into your regime, so underneath your moisturizers now, because that has a tightening and firming effect on the look of the skin, and it is a skin treatment serum that you can use neck, face, and you can even use it on the eyes as well. So it's a really easy quick fix, can go in your regime underneath your other products right now for you. Then the other things that I want you to take into account is that primers before your foundation will stop foundation going in and out of your pores. So it will give, a primer will fill in the look of the pore while your skincare is working, and then makeup will float over the pore so that you don't see it so much. So it makes the pores appear invisible. So I would definitely add a primer to your regime, and you can get matte primers from Benefit, and we've got matte primers as well from Laura Geller for you too, or just go with one of the maybe original ones if you've never used a primer before, such as the original Bare Mineral ones, which gives you that silky smooth finish, that makeup glides over the top. So that would be an absolute winner for you as well. So those two techniques added into your regime, Elaine, and you should see a very quick result. I've had it in so many questions recently, is what happens when you reach sort of 40, 50 and you suddenly get lines and describing that you've got slackening and aging happening at the same time. So you think, well, I was expecting aging, but I wasn't expecting the slackening, and what do I do? Well, that's when you make a choice. You either need to stick with and just say, you know what, I love my aging. It is my battle signs of being a mum, a grandmum, and coping with life, and stick with comfortable, conditioned, moisturised, supple skin, stick with your aromatherapy, your plant-based, your lifestyle ranges. Or if you want to do something about it, you've got to step up the ingredient a little bit more, maybe salon, spa or science added into your regime. So either add a serum, so start layering, and serums are the most potent, they're the strongest acting. So if you don't want to change your whole range, add a lifting and firming and anti-aging effect serum from one of the ranges like Gatineau, Perricone, Decleor, Elemis. If you want to switch your range, so if you want to say, no, I want the full answer, then I would switch your whole range, and there are some economical ways of switching actually, to have more anti-aging and firming combined. And that would be if you sensitive tendencies still, because some of you have mentioned, I mean Joe's mentioning still having a bit of sensitivity, then I would switch to Floramere. And Floramere does have that thalassotherapy, which I love for desensitizing effects as well. But then when you're saying no, you don't need to use desensitizing, it really is hard-hitting lines and slackness, then it's price point choice. Either go to salon brands like your Gatineau DefiLifts and your Decli or Proline lifts as well, and your Elemis Pro Intense lifts, and alternate every 3 months. So sort of have one range for 3 months, which is the slackening range, and then have another range for 3 months, which is the more anti-wrinkling range. And that way you can mix the brands as well. Don't really like mixing the brands on a day-to-day basis or products on a day-to-day basis. And the reason for that being is your skin cycle is a month. So for me, I like to put an ingredient and a product on for at least a month for you to see the full results. And the other reason as well is that mostly full-size pots actually are 3 months. So I don't want you to not use it and put it away, then you forget about it and you waste your money because it goes off. Use it till it comes to the end of the pots, and I do a 3-month intense program. Think, right, it's going to be wrinkles, right, it's going to be firmness, that's what I'm going to address next. See the results that you get on your skin, what gives you the biggest results. Then you can layer. Now this could be you, because actually Alex has said you've got a very sophisticated full skincare regime. And what it just means is that you need to mix in, if you have got a sophisticated skincare routine like Alex, that some of your products are to do with anti-wrinkling and some of your products are to do with firming. They don't contradict each other, so it might mean that you need a firming effect, tightening serum like DefiLift in there, but you want an anti-aging moisturizer, anti-wrinkling moisturizer that goes on there. And then you can pick zones of the face. Is it more lines here and more slackness there? Then it's more an anti-line, anti-aging eye, but it's more an anti-firmness product that actually you want on the facial area. So it gives you a couple of different ways. I will say one thing though, you've really got to step up exfoliation, because exfoliation is needed because the skin is slowing down in the aging process. So definitely you should be using exfoliators at least 3 times a week. If you've got sensitive skin, then use it with enzyme peels. If you've not got sensitive skin, my preferred use is the physical exfoliants, the one with the grains and the really hard-hitting ones. So do those tricks and then you'll see results. On a regular basis on Twitter and Facebook, I get this question, and it's actually where you have a medical condition, it's been diagnosed by the doctor, but then you're following the medication. It's to do with arthritis, it's to do with pain management, it's to do with thyroid complaints as well that you've had tested, you're following all your medical advice, but you're left with really dry skin. And often then a dry skin, because it upsets the hydrolipidic film, the surface balance, it becomes more sensitive. Remember to check and mention it to your doctor, because it can be a symptom, but if they've said it's okay and that's just the aging process, the medical process, and you need to look at topical applications, then what you need to do is not go for your scientific ingredients. So even though, and a lot of you are saying, you know, here's one, I'm 47, and because of this complaint, my skin's gone really dry, really thin, really sensitive as well. Nothing seems to be helping. You're describing your skin as very dry and sore. And I understand that because that happens to me through medical conditions as well. And what you need to do is you have to treat your skin as very sensitive. So very sensitive skin does not respond to anti-aging, does not respond to science, does not respond to peels or acid products. So you just need to come down to comfort and cushion and calming ingredients and formulas. And the way to judge that is just look on your bathroom shelf now or in your beauty routine and actually look at the ingredient listing. The less ingredients in a product, the more likely your skin is going to suit it when it's sensitive. So it might be you've got an existing product, and try and just come down to, even just for a couple of days, you'll notice this, 1 cleanser and 1 moisturizing product. And if your skin feels more comfortable by doing that, and use those products on eyes, face, neck, don't use different and separate products, because that's more ingredients, that's more stimulation, that could be more reaction. Then if that gives you comfort, you don't need to buy another product. Just keep doing that till your skin feels calmed down, and then add in the other products which you were fine with before, add them back into your routine slowly. If that doesn't work, then you need to look at buying sensitive ranges of products, and definitely looking at minimalistic ingredients. Now, things that really work are like rosehip oil. The Akin rosehip oil is fantastic. On there, something gentle cleansing like the Liz Oil Cleanse and Polish, or just one single cleanser that has got natural oils like one of the micellar oil cleansers, just that, and then just rosehip oil. But bearing in mind avoiding sun exposure on a sensitive skin completely, and if you are, you've still got to put a sunscreen on. That's imperative. But just those two. And also, I get a lot of comments as well that your makeup doesn't work, because when your skin is flared up, dry, sensitive and irritated through these situations, makeup then cracks up, dries up, and sometimes hurts the skin. So you've got to look at free from makeup brands. That would be your Tarte, your IT Cosmetics is going to go on really well as well. But also if it's very sensitive and flared up, I love the Bare Minerals Original Foundation for you. And you can even use it to cover over and pop it onto the lid area, or put it on with a flat brush on the cheek if they're high coloured or sensitive. So in short, in this situation, 2 or 3 products in your skincare regime, morning and night. Don't come away from them till your skin is desensitized again. Now, dry and damage and your hair goes out of condition. We've got it here from Charlene as well, after she's relaxed and now she's trying to get her natural curls back. I've got it here from Jo, who's bleached her hair as well for you. You're trying to grow your hair from another one here as well. That's actually from Mary. What happens, and actually, by the way, this is an interesting one, often happens, is through illness process as well. Lucy's talking about through illness process, her hair's gone very dry and brittle and split ends. Now, the answer is always the same. We need to step up to richer formulas in, first of all, just your shampoo and conditioner, richer formula. So that's where we want sort of butters and oils, things like the Taya Baruti, much richer, or in the brand that you've got, like we've got Philip Kingsley for Trichology as well, we've got the Persian Reed with the more moisturising. So go to the more moisturising, richer product. But then there's 2 ways that you can really get, for me, the wow difference and make your hair actually feel normal and feel silky again, feel soft to the touch. And that is 2 techniques. Pre-shampoo conditioners. Now these go on before you shampoo. You can leave them on overnight. You can leave them on just for 5 or 10 minutes. We do the Wonder Mask, for example, which is from Persian Reed. That's quick and you can't even see that in the hair. So if you don't like a greasy look to the hair, use that one. You can even go out in that one and then wash it out. You can use the intense one, is the elasticizer from Philip Kingsley, and that's really for the worst damaged hair. You can really get where your hairdresser says, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut it. Try the Philip Kingsley elasticizer first. But the second fold is actually an oil serum after. So when you've washed your hair and then before you dry it, put an oil serum on. And really the 2 famous ones that have really stood the test of time, and they're also very economical to use too, is we've got the fabulous oil from Persian Reed. That's on my hair right now. Makes your hair feel really silky and the brush just glides through. Your blow dries really smooth. And we've got the Liz Earle hair oil too. They're both very economical to use, and really different hair textures, different hair types and different ethnicities can use it. It's just how thirsty is your hair. So some people with a fine hair might just use 2 drops. I've got 4 drops or 4 pumps on mine on the Persian Reed now. Or if you've got a thicker or a coarser or a curlier hair, you might go up to 6 or 8 drops. But actually all ethnicities and hair textures can use it, but you just adjust the amount. And if you do those sort of extra moisturising in shampoo and conditioner, pre-treatment, intensive overnight masks or pre-treatments just once a week, or to get a quick result, use them each wash in a row till you get the result that you want. And then the oil afterwards, you really get the silkiness, the softness and the shine back to your hair again.